Okay, everybody, now I'm talking to Michael Benjamin, the head of operations at ProMedical, and he's been out in the field a bit and has seen a few of the things that are going on, and he wants to tell us a few things about what he's seen.
What do I say? We've been probably through one of the most frightening experiences I've ever been through. You may have been in your boat a bit more, but it's probably one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever been through. I've been in an ambulance 21 years and this scared the hell out of me. Since Saturday, ProMedicals came back to work on Saturday morning once the wind died down, and we tried to get back to our normal operations. We're responding to all the normal cases, but on a greater level. I think from we're now getting the cyclone cases as well as the normal everyday cases. People still get sick, whether there's a cyclone or not. So we're going on doing our normal work. We're lucky to have the OSMAT teams, the medical teams that are coming that we're working closely with. We also have a ProMedical rescue unit here, and their main task is initially it was to clear the roads to the airport and get the airport opening so that the aid can start flying in. And after that, they've been going around, and we've managed to get the entire ring road clear, and now we've got access to the entire island of the Farte, including the islands like the Lepa, Mosso, Luna, Pele. And we've been visiting the villages all around the island. We concentrated initially on the west coast, and today we concentrated on the east coast. And our guys are going out there delivering water, food, medical supplies, doing health checks and assessments on people. We've transported a few back who we found have been injured or unwell. And what we're finding now is that there are kids out there that are starting to get gastro and dehydration and diarrhea and those sort of long-term medical problems. So that's why we're taking the water and the food out to see if we can stop that happening. Because yes, we've gone through a disaster, but the next disaster is the medical conditions that happen because of...
Are a result of dehydration and
diarrhea,
hygiene,
gastro,
etc.
Hygiene is a big one.
Yeah.
We've heard reports up on the east coast that people are boiling salt water because they haven't got water, so that's why we're getting water up there. And that's really dangerous. So if there's a message to go out there, it's not to do that. That will make you sicker. I know it's difficult when you've got no water, but salt water is the wrong thing to do.
And do you have any other messages for the Nevine community, health-oriented, for getting by during these hard times?
It comes down to hygiene, and I know it's difficult again, but if you can get hold of a bar of soap in your village and you all share it, make sure you're washing your hands before you eat. Your waste, make sure it goes away. And call for help if you need it. That's one of the big messages. We've heard of people, unfortunately a young baby that died in the village recently, they weren't aware of that they could get help. So
they could call. And your number?
Call in 115, it's a free number, you don't need credit on your phone.
Yeah.
So if you call 115, tell us where you are, tell us what the problem is, and ProMedical will come out. There is no fee whatsoever at the moment. This is a disaster, we're here to help everybody. So the best message is stay healthy, drink plenty of water once you get it, keep yourself fit, keep yourself clean, and if you need help, call us and we'll come along and help. If there's anybody out there in particular that is in real dire straits for water and food, give us a call, we'll try and get it out there to you.
That's good. So you're being more than just an ambulance service at the moment.
We're now doing that relief outreach thing, so we're going to start going to villages and doing our outreach service just to try to prevent that next stage that is going to come along.
Yes.
The next stage, you don't want an epidemic of gastro.
Well, that's part of what this presentation is about, is to try and figure out how to sort of break us what we feel is a bit of a bottleneck on getting the aid out there. And it's true that what you're saying is that the emergency is imminent for further health problems.
It is, and I attend briefings and meetings every day about this, and the relief is there, and the agencies are mobilising, and I'm hoping that over the next day or so that these relief funds will get out there. In the meantime, what I'm trying to do is, there's an old adage that you can go 4 or 5 days without food, you can only go 24 to 36 hours without water. So that's my priority, is getting water out to people.
Getting water to the gang, yes. But you said there's been some other interesting things that have happened.
There has, and there's some good news stories, and amongst all this, you know, I've come to this island paradise for a life of leisure. It hasn't quite worked out that way. But I think in the last, since the cyclone, ProMedical's delivered 4 babies.
Yeah.
3 of them have been called Pam. I think that's quite humorous. The last baby we delivered on Tuesday night by Charlotte is called Charlotte Pam. And, you know, we went up there and we gave her bags of rice and a teddy bear and stuff like that. And the family are really appreciative, and it's just a good news story that even after all this destruction and chaos, and, you know, you get the birth of the baby.
Do you feel as though you're a symbol of hope when you show up in the villages?
Oh, well, to a degree, you know, you get a lot of, they're very appreciative of what people are doing, and I think it's one of the big things about working for ProMedical in Vanuatu. It's such a small community, and you get the, what's the word I'm trying to think, you get the appreciation of the people.
Yeah.
You know, if you work in Melbourne, people don't know you, and you do your job and you go home, but here everybody knows you, and it's nice to get a pat on the back every now and again.
Yeah.
And I think we've developed an organisation here that's got a lot of respect, and I'd like to see that continue.
Great. Well, my friend, thank you very much for all that you're doing.
Yeah, good friend for